intensifies their campaign of violence against innocent citizens. The bandits are becoming more daring and their attacks are taking on the signature of Boko Haram terrorists. Now, the attackers of the Kaduna-Abuja train have again released another video, this time parading more victims abducted during the train attack. But this is coming barely 2 weeks after the train incident. PLATEAU reports.
ARUWAN Ali Hassan, the managing director of Bank of Agric, was a victim of kidnap by terrorists. He was among those abducted during the train attack, but was freed 9 days later. There are reports that that was only possible after ransom was paid to the abductors. But in this video released by the terrorists, he said the bandits considered his age and the Ramadan fast. But he's just one out of several kidnapped for ransom in Kaduna. And the Kaduna government confirmed that thousands of citizens have also been kidnapped, and many are still in the custody of the bandits. But while some regain their freedom, others are not so lucky and are eventually killed. The terrorists in that video also threatened to kill their victims if the government failed to meet a certain demand they claim the government is aware of. But 4 days after, the bandits released another video parading more kidnapped victims. This time, they make them call on the government to come to their rescue.
Students, and I'm talking on behalf of the students. Government should please hear our cry and come to our aid. Thank you.
Which school are you from?
I'm a student of KADUNA State University.
What is your name? What is your name?
I'm ARUWAN.
From which state?
KADUNA State.
Where are you studying?
I'm schooling in KADUNA State University.
There are concerns that the nature of operation of the bandits indicates that they may be collaborating with Islamist group Boko Haram, an opinion the Kaduna government also shares.
And increasingly we are seeing collaboration between bandits and Boko Haram, as we saw in the bombing of the tracks on the Abuja-Kaduna train line.
Observed in 2021 that there's a growing interaction between bandits and terrorist groups like Boko Haram, ECWA and Ansaru. And it has manifested recently.
But while Boko Haram in the northeast is ideology-driven, the bandits in the northwest are targeting critical national assets. They have become more daring and their attacks more devastating. Governor Nasir El-Rufai at the State House in Abuja said they have created an industry out of criminality. But he's called for the invitation of foreign mercenaries to address insecurity that seems to overwhelm the Nigerian military have been heavily criticized. Others argue that the opinion is even subversive. He has also appealed for a military theater command to be established in the northwest region. Meanwhile, several residents in Kaduna State now feel vulnerable and helpless. Most of them are now going spiritual, looking up to God for protection. But they still call on the government to be more proactive in tackling insecurity once and for all. Lupe Asom, TVC News, Kaduna.
We are staying with the security situation in the country. The death toll of Sunday afternoon's attack on 4 communities in Kanam Council area of Plateau State by suspected bandits has risen to more than 70, and the numbers are still increasing. Several persons were reportedly abducted by the attackers, with more than 100 houses razed in the attack, which lasted about 4 hours. TVC News' Funam Joshua reports on the latest development.
Plateau State is yet again in a mood of mourning and uncertainty with the attacks and abductions now on the rise across the state. Now, hardly a day goes by without reports of violence springing up in one part of the state or the other. The latest is the death of 70 locals and mostly farmers in 4 villages of Kanam Council area following attacks by bandits. Some eyewitnesses who pleaded for anonymity told us over a phone conversation that the gunmen came in large numbers, 3 each on a motorcycle, shooting people at close range without any provocation. Several locals were said to have been badly injured, with over 100 houses burned during the attacks which started in the afternoon. The state of insecurity in the country is worrying, to say the least, and the president of Evangelical Church Winning All, ECWA, is urging citizens to do more to defend themselves against all forms of violent attacks. He also calls on the government to do more in fulfilling their primary responsibility of protecting the lives and properties of all citizens.
The council encouraged its members and Nigerian citizens as a whole to exercise their fundamental right to self-defense as provided by Section 33 to subsection A of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended in the face of attacks by these terrorists.
Some communities in Plateau State in recent times have suffered a series of attacks that have caused the loss of many lives. The leadership of Irigwe Development Association says it is tired of signing peace agreements with no positive result. This reaction is coming barely 2 weeks after an attack unleashed in two of their communities that led to the death of 12 people in the area.
So I want to call on the authority, if they are truly concerned about the peace that they have been preaching, then they must wake up to their responsibility. We have been having several meetings, dialogues. But I want to tell you categorically that I'm tired with those kind of meetings. Those meetings, as far as I'm concerned, they are just meetings that doesn't have any results.
I'm Joshua, TVC News, Jos.
At least 39 kidnapped victims have regained their freedom in Zamfara State. The victims, who have been in captivity since March and April, were rescued by police tactical operatives in Bungudu and Maru local government areas of the state. While addressing journalists in Gusau, the Zamfara State Police Commissioner Ayub Elkanah said the successes were recorded following search and rescue operations by troops of the command. Among the victims are 8 men and 15 females, including nursing mother and 16 children.
On the 10th of April 2022, police tactical operatives on clearance operation have rescued 39 kidnapped victims who were abducted in March and April early this year, 2022, at various villages and locations in Bungudu and Maru local government area. The rescued victims include 8 male, 15 females, including nursing mothers, and 16 children. On the 1st April 2022, police in Gusau Central Police Station received information from Bauchi State that the above-mentioned suspect involved in a minor vehicle accident at a point before Ganjua local government of Bauchi State with the above-named vehicle that was stolen at the residence of one Osman Shehu of Anturi area, Gusau local government area.
The failure of security and allied agencies to collaborate effectively in sharing intelligence is part of the reasons for a surge in the security challenges Nigeria is faced with. This came to light at the start of a course in criminal and security intelligence management at the Defense Intelligence College, Abuja. Sifon Isien reports.
Thank you, sir. Please, another round of applause.
Officers of the Nigerian Armed Forces and allied agencies converge on the Defense Intelligence College for a 4-day training.
There's something bad with you having if you are...
The leadership course in criminal and security intelligence management is meant to promote collaboration among security and allied agencies in intelligence gathering and sharing. This is coming barely 12 hours after a video was released showing kidnapped victims of the KADUNA train attack. The incident, which is part of a larger security challenge in the country, served as a reference for intelligence failings.
We're not dealing with a low-level field exercise, but what policies, what relationships, what expressions did we not make that has brought this thing on our faces? I believe this forum should be something that will discuss that.
The failure of agencies to work together effectively in gathering and sharing intelligence, coupled with inability to secure community support, pose grave security implications.
Of course, we must find a way of getting the average Nigerian on the street to be part of the security setup, because they see what is happening. If they don't pass the information, we will only be reacting. And I give an example of what happened, the train attack in KADUNA Abuja train something. It's not that people wouldn't have seen the mass movement of the bandits or the terrorists or whatever we want to give them, but people believe it's not my problem.
The participants would be saddled with the task of proffering solutions to the challenges. It all boils down to intelligence, that is getting the right information, processing them into intelligence and taking the right action at the right time, which experts have said is lacking at the moment. Sifon Essien, TVC News, Abuja.